Yay, good day.
Yes.
Good morning, good evening. Hold on, y'all. Good afternoon, depending on what time you are watching this and where you're watching from. We like to greet you properly. Y'all have no idea. This is like the fourth time trying to get this video to cooperate for whatever reason. It decided to say, I don't want to work. But we here now and, oh, hold on. Sorry. I need to grab the other phone because we're definitely going to talk about some stuff today. And we're definitely still excited about the new year. I hope that you guys are excited. We do have Lydia in training with the camera going on right now. So, yeah. But good day. So,
Good day.
I mean, it's just been so much going on that we just had to have this conversation.
Yes, we had
because, you know, we seen the Cat Williams stuff, we seen the stuff that's going on with the church, and it's just, it's a whole lot going on right now, and it's time to talk about some of these things. And I'm sorry, I really did get distracted just a little bit by how many times we tried to get this to work.
Yes.
But I'm going to calm down and get into the conversation because I know when we were talking about this a little bit earlier, it wasn't just for us. Like, I know that a lot of us are having these conversations, and let's just come together on them. It's like, with the situation with the whole church thing, a lot of y'all that have been following me, or if you're new to following me, I'm MsLalexis. We're going to start there. And this is my mom, who is Lady V. And 2024, we're going to be having mom and daughter conversations. Yes. And as y'all can see, and as we brought in the new year last week at this time, yes, it was really like, what, 3 in the morning?
At this time. And then we did the thing the night before.
Right, because that was actually like 2, 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning, yeah.
Something like that. I was all over the place, like I told y'all, with the Eastern Standard versus the Central. But I just say all this to say that, you know, we are going to make this, you know, of course, the best year. And I'm really speaking on a lot of different things this year because it's time to have the conversation. So I said all of that to say, those of you that have been following on this page, which is the MsLalexis page, if you're following it on Facebook, I had made a quote that said, you know, don't allow religious people to have you regretting your life. And I meant that thing. Because I feel like it was super in tune with what's going on in the world. Yes. It's like, y'all can join in, you can agree, you can disagree, let's have this conversation. And if you want to join the broadcast, just let me know and I will bring you in to make your opinion if you're watching it live. But yeah, I definitely... Me personally, my take on this whole bringing the club to the church thing, like my personal take, I mean, I'm about to be real. Y'all already know, ain't nothing fake about me with my hair sometimes. So, and I'm still on my cowgirl stuff, like I'm feeling it. As y'all see, we got on our green leather pants, our tan, whatever. But we'll get to that in a minute. Yes. But I'm just saying that this whole taking the club to the church it's nothing new, honestly. It's not a secret. And I say this because so many people are given a hard time when they like to hang out, when they like to, you know, celebrate the things going on in life. Mm-hmm. And they get beat up by the people that say that they have the relationship with the Most High and the people that say they have the relationship with the Most High. And this is not for everybody. Right. Because we do have some Bible believers. We do have, you know, some folks that be at the church on every Sunday and they be good. Right. However, this is for that person. This message right here says this one is for you today. If you are constantly, you know, being attacked or being beat up for you being who God has called you to be, right. You know, because it's a shame that we had to get that type of exposure for people to start to understand that your relationship with the Most High is not determined by the place that you worship Him in. So many people think that because they show up on Sunday, they saved. They walk in with the Most High, but yet they're walking. Mommy gonna speak in just a minute. I'm gonna just get this out real quick. But so many people, they will show up at service anticipating that relationship with God, but yet they're looking for the club at the church house so that they can celebrate, because they never really healed from the thing that is taking them to that type of place and environment. And it's not that anything's wrong with celebration, because as you see, me and Lady V, we totally celebrate life while lifing, okay?
Yes.
And I say this to encourage you that don't allow a religious person to make you believe that you don't have a relationship with the Creator, and the plan that He has for you is not the plan that He has for them. And I'll speak on it a little bit more. We're going to let Lady V say some things on this thing, because I know she got something to say, girl.
Yes. I mean, it blows my mind how you have the church folk complaining to people that they say, well, they supposed to be saved. Why did they go out and go to the club? Why did they do that? But yet you're bringing the club to the church when you don't understand the purpose of the person that does go to the club or goes to those events where secular music is being played, because they're on a mission. They've been assigned by God to go there because God knows He can trust them with that.
Right.
Okay?
And it's
and
true.
everybody can't be trusted with
that. It's true.
And that's the part. I've been beat up about it for years. It doesn't bother me, because when you know your plan, God's plan for your life, and the purpose that He has for you, it doesn't matter. You're going to walk it out, because much that is given, much is required.
Right.
Many are called and few are chosen. And when you're chosen, you step outside the box. Look at Noah. It never rained before.
Exactly. He ain't never get no rain. But he was building that boat for how many years?
Several. Hundreds of years. And they kept teasing him and making fun of him.
Exactly.
So this is for you out there that's doing what God has told you to do. If He tells you to go to a bonfire, He tells you to go to a bar and minister to someone, they walk out and some religious person see you from the church that you attend, say something, what's she doing there? What they doing there?
Right.
That's the question.
It's true.
And it's sad because, I love William Murphy, and I'm not talking about him because I truly believe he's a man of God, but we have to be careful for nothing, because we cannot criticize those that are learning and that are trying to come to Christ and then bring the world into the church. Where is the difference? When you go somewhere, your light should shine. Was the light shining? That's my question.
Right. Was God present?
Yes.
And that's the question that we all, because this conversation, I just wanted to have it publicly because I'm going to carry on. However, during some of these mom conversations, some of you all probably are having these in your household. So I just want y'all to hear my take on it. I mean, I really don't give two flips for real. But on honesty, I feel it's sad because we're living in a time where the exposure is real. God is separating the real from the fake and the wheat from the tare. And so many people are trying to act as if
they're the Pharisees, Sadducees spirit.
Yeah.
They're so religious, but no relationship. Christ requires a relationship. It's not about going to the building. The building is necessary because a lot of us started in the building. That's when people were rooted and grounded in the Word of God, not being self-motivated, not saying it's all about me. It was always about God and being pleasing and acceptable in His sight. Right. Nowadays, you go to church and you give your money like you're winning. Are you winning? You can't buy God. You showing up don't mean jack. If you ain't talk to Him Monday through Saturday, it don't mean nothing.
Right, showing up on Sunday ain't the real thing.
It's just a perpetration of a fraud. It's a form of godliness denying the power. And we have a lot of that going on nowadays. And that's why a lot of you out there that have been chosen, you feel that when you go places because your light is shining.
Right.
And it's okay that your light is shining. Exactly. Because darkness can't stay around light.
It's true.
And it gets irritated with you. How can she or he do that? Because they can. Right. Because their steps are being ordered by God.
And it's true. And that's why, it's so necessary with us having this conversation, because it's not that we want to talk about anybody. That's not the objective of, at least over here on Win with Miss Lex. It's not to bash or none of them. Like I said, I really don't give two flips, but because it is something that we're all having many conversations about, it's just the exposure. I mean, It's letting us know that the relationship with the Most High is a position with the condition of your heart.
Yes,
it's like just because
say that part one more time.
The relationship with the Most High is the condition of your heart.
That's why he says, if I may come in right here, that's why he says he knows the heart. He knows the heart, and it's just desperately wicked. I may be misquoting the scripture. I don't want anybody to get on here and say she didn't say the scripture right, but God knows our heart. That's why he's going to tell a lot of people, didn't I do this? Didn't I feed the poor? Didn't I... go to the nursing home? Didn't I go to church? That scripture is real. That is real life. Like, it's real. From me not, because they didn't talk to him Monday through Saturday. They just showed up on Sunday, or they showed up on Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, and served people. But they didn't serve them the other 364 days of the year. It's super real. Like, and of course, feel free to join in on the conversation if you're in here with us. Yes. I would love to call you and shout you out, but I can't see the names as they come in. Yes. But I do hope that you join in. Like, it's something to talk about, because really getting in your word, the days that we live in, and I'm going to go to another topic in a minute, but it's crazy. We really live in a world where we got robots going on. And I say this often because we sleeping on that. The times are not the way they used to be. So it's like life has changed. Life has changed. And it's like we must start living our life on purpose. One of the guys that I follow a lot, he was talking about the Nephilim that were in Miami. Yes. Some people consider that conspiracy theory talk, but I believe in the things in the word. And God said that in the last days, it's going to be like the days of Noah. So while everybody is just partying and just drinking, just celebrating, just marrying, just going on, we're going to have real things going on in the world. And we're in those times now. For those things to be seen, whether they were AI manufactured or whether they were God sent or whatever, we're still living in times that we didn't think our natural eye would see. So I just say all of that to say, yes, you seen what's going on in the church, and 9 times out of 10, y'all just shocked because it happened publicly. Right. Because your corner church is probably doing the same thing. Like, we can't sit here and act like it's not going on. Right. And that's why we can't get caught up. And even if you're in the 4 walls or if you're out of the 4 walls, I just like to encourage, as I was raised, because mommy's right here. My proof is here. Like, we were raised, relationship is everything. I'm hoping my sister's available. I was trying to tag her on here as well so she could join in, because I know she had some business to take care of. But I say that to say we were raised to where we listened to the music. We had to read our word. The Lord is my shepherd was the first scripture I learned. And I'm not saying this for bragging purposes or nothing like that. It's to say that in order for you to really understand the times and the place that we're in, you're only going to get that from the Creator. You got to get it in your word. Like, you just have to. There's no other way. There's no other way. I talk to people when I go out and do certain things, and they say things to me, and I quote the scripture to them, and they look at me like I'm crazy. But you tell me that you go to church. You tell me that you love Jesus. I call him Yeshua. Y'all call him Jesus, which means Joseph. That's another story. But the point that I'm making with this, you say you know him, but yet when I discuss the word with you, you doing too much. Is it that you're not doing enough? Exactly. Are you not in a relationship with him? Right. How you supposed to be in a relationship and you don't know his word? Exactly. I mean, come on. So we got to do better, folks. That's, that's our take on, what's it called? That is definitely our take on what's going on. What's going on with bringing the club to the church. So, and speaking of partying, just a little bit, I have to get all this out at the beginning of the year, because as you all follow along this journey with me and Lady V, I know I probably didn't say that properly, but Lady V and I, however, we are going to be doing a lot of different things. Like this weekend, we got some stuff coming up. We're not sharing it yet. You'll see us there, whatever. But I just say all this to say that live your life on purpose, as I always say, because people that have not been there before, and or if you're going somewhere that looks suspect, impossible or whatever it is, you just got to keep going. And you can't worry about the words, because the words of people who don't know what the process is, they're just going to distract you. That was a random, don't know who that was for, but
It was definitely for somebody today. Maybe for me on the replay. I don't know.
Right.
But
Same here.
I had to talk about that because it's a shame that so many people, and this might be you, and I'm going to get off the topic like I said, but so many people make fun of artists and different musicians and different people who are using their gift. You know, we've been in the room with different people, and recently we've been on our Southern Soul kick, and I'm not going into our history, but we've always been in that environment. Right. And that's why I personally love Southern Soul, for those that are tired of me posting that type of stuff. But I like it because I know that the artists really have a passion for what they're doing. Yes. And when you're in the room with these people, so if you've never had a Southern Soul experience, I just want to share this, that
they're in relationship.
They're in relationship with the Most High. People can talk about them all they want, but that's why, you know, I feel that the movement itself is growing, because it's real people just making music. Yes. Like, you're not dealing with the AI. You're not dealing with the out of controlness. You're dealing with real people, and it's fun. So I'll see all of my Southern Soul party friends sometime this year, because I know we're gonna do it again. But on to the next subject, which I don't have much info on because it keeps popping up on the timeline. Yes. But Mom, maybe you've been looking at it.
Yeah, I have.
What does Cat Williams talk about?
Oh boy, he's spilling the tea, guys.
What he talking about?
He talking about how the industry, Puff Daddy, how he made his money by himself because he did not want to have something put in his behind. So he left them alone.
So he's just selling all the business.
He's selling the business. 50 Cent said how Puffy wanted to take him shopping. And he said, what man wants to take another man shopping?
That's interesting. See, I ain't
Gary Owens, the white comedian, said how they said some strange things to him that was suspect. You can see it on Facebook, and everybody's talking about that. But I want to say something about all these things that's being, because Cat Williams have made so many views, millions of views within 3 hours and 4 days and all this stuff. It's all a distraction as well. It's for us to be sidetracked and distracted from what we need to be doing for ourselves in our relationship with the Creator. Right. And I have to say that because it's good to know the news. It's good to know what's going on around you. But make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and that you're in position to receive the promise that's for you. Because you can get sidetracked by looking at a lot of things really quick. We had a great time this weekend, past weekend. We was getting dressed at this time last weekend at this time. And I'm telling you, awesome times. God will that you don't even expect when you're in position. That's why it's important to be in position, to be in your word, so God can say, yes, go here, not go there. Do this, do that. Right. Because be sensitive. Because Cat Williams, it's time now. The covers are coming off. God said in his word that what's been done in the dark will be revealed in the light. And this young man has been saved for a time as this to tell the truth. Right. And there was a lot of people on there saying how Cat fed them, how he helped them open up, how he said something in reference to Steve Harvey, how Steve Harvey, his key was in the mall. And his kids wanted,
I don't know that about it. I really don't.
Wanted to, Cat Williams' sons wanted to autograph of Steve Harvey, and he said he didn't want to give him an autograph, and he said, go back over there and tell him that Cat Williams is your father. And he was like, who the blank is Cat Williams? And then a couple months later or years later, he saw who he was, and he had to open up for his show. So, don't despise the days of small beginnings. That's what I got from that when Kat said that. Okay. Because a lot of times people will look at you because your page is not blowing up. People don't know who you are. It doesn't matter what God is doing behind the scenes. Now look at Kat now. Look at him now.
Yeah, that's a nugget from that. See, you just never know. Like, that's why I wanted to just talk about different things.
That blows my mind.
That's true. Look at that. I don't know his history. I don't. That's why I asked. I have no idea.
He's a comedian, and he talked about how people stole people's their comedian lines, they're I don't know what the words to use. They're
like scripts or something?
They're scripts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dave Chappelle talked about how certain people stole his, how certain people were, and Mark Carey. He talked about how Steve Harvey took his stuff.
Oh, wow.
They all coming out now, and that's why we drawing closer, because if you want to be right with the Creator, you're going to speak truth. Because he said the truth will set you free.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you have a pure heart. People can't stand the truth. That's why a lot of people don't like you, because you tell the truth. I tell people, one of the ladies that I work with, when I do this particular job, she told me, she said, ain't no cut cards with you, Miss V. Either people gonna like you or they ain't gonna like you. And I said, there is no gray area. And I don't have a problem with it, because when you know who you are and your purpose, you have to speak the truth.
It's true.
You got to learn how sometimes to sugarcoat it a little bit, but Christ didn't do that. You know, everybody tried to say he came to bring peace. No, he came with a sword.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry.
Like, we have to bring correction. It's true.
You know, he walked by the tree, he ain't had no purpose. He cursed it.
And that, you know what, real quick, like, that right there just makes me think of the importance of understanding that things are not going to always feel good. Right. Because if it felt good, you're not going to grow. Sometimes it takes really, like, we hear these cliches, we hear this stuff all the time. But sometimes it really does take that,
Pick that up.
Yeah, we got Mooshka as the audience and the camera lady, and she needed to be heard real quick. But sometimes it does take that extra pressure to get you into your purpose. Like for my Bible readers that do watch us, that are watching along right now, think about it. Saul wouldn't have became Paul if he did not go blind, if God did not give him that Damascus experience to grow. So in your personal life, just because it gets hard doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And we have to stay encouraged 2024. That's why.
If you want more, study,
okay, you're doing a lot.
Read.
We're not doing that.
Yep. So, you know, in reference to, got sidetracked by my grandbaby, if you want more this year, everybody's saying more in 2024. We talked about it on New Year's Eve. We saying all that, but what are you doing to get it? The thing is, you get in your word. I look at Joseph. Sometimes I feel like I'm Joseph. Sometimes I feel like I'm Esther. Sometimes I feel like I'm Naomi, right? Yeah. Because Ruth was, got sent, you know. So found Boaz. But the point that I'm making was saying this statement here. It doesn't matter if you get put in a pit this year. You will end up in the palace. It happened for Joseph. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He changeth not. If you desire to make whatever number that you have set for yourself, and you grind and you have faith in God, because faith without works is dead. Super dead. You put in the work, God's going to do it. And you don't have to have nobody to be on the come up, because God is your come up. Right. That's for somebody out there. You are enough. A lot of people try to say how he or she can do that. And I've learned through these years, because like I told y'all last time, I've been here a little while. And when you've been here a little while, you've learned some things. You've learned how you got to shake the dust off your feet, whether it's friends, family, co-work, whatever it is. Don't allow nothing to stop what God has for you. And a lot of times people think you're doing it because you're doing it about you. This mission that she and I are on, that MsLalexis and Lady V is on, it's all about God's plan. Yeah, this is the plan that God has for us. Sends you, when he sends us somewhere, there's a blessing. Yeah, and you don't know, and that's the thing, as you were saying, you don't know what the blessing, not what the blessing, you can't look at nobody else's story. God gave us this is the story that God gave for us, us being able to get on camera to share his word and to just be encouraging and to just share some things. However, he may have called you to sing. He may have called you to dance. He may have called you to take care of children. He may have called you to be an amazing wife. He may have called you to be an amazing teacher. Whatever God has called you to be, you must become so that you can hear well done. Exactly. That's the key. That's it right Everybody there. Wants to say, I'm going to go to heaven. I ain't going to go there with that conversation right now. Everybody wants to be pleasing to God. They say, I know I'm going. How you know you're going? Are you fulfilling your purpose? Do you get up in the morning, and are you rejoicing when you get up in the morning? Are you thanking God when you get up in the morning? Or you go, oh, Lord, let me go and get these people these few hours. Right, that's not your purpose. That's not your purpose. If you got to go to a job that you don't want to go to, you got to do something you don't want to do to keep food on the table, then you need to get down on your knees and say, okay, what am I supposed to do? Are you supposed to be a creator online? Are you supposed to go and critique this information that you're seeing online because you may have a better viewpoint? One thing I've learned, like I say, I've been here a little while, be your authentic self. Yeah. Be you.
It means everything.
I mean,
it
there's such a peace
difference.
in that. There is such a peace in being who you are.
Yes.
Kendall, ain't but one you.
There's only one
Period.
you.
Not said that country. Ain't but one you. So don't let nobody make you feel like, and I dislike those that imitate, but when you know that you are a creator and you know that you are an influencer, let them do it. It doesn't matter because they can't do it better than you because it's only one you.
Right. And that's why.
Do what they do.
It's
you
true.
Do what you do.
It's so true. These conversations with Mom, we're going to be coming to y'all on Sundays. We're going to set the exact time because it's necessary.
Yes.
And, me personally, I'm thankful. A lot of you that know me personally, for me to have these conversations with my mom publicly is priceless because there was once a time where we weren't as tight as we are right now.
Nope.
This took a process because God knew the purpose, which is why I'm heavy on this year speaking about we don't determine what's good and bad. Only the Creator can determine that. Y'all gonna hear that from me almost on everything. Why?
Say that
because
again.
we have to hear it because we don't determine what's good or bad. Because the scripture that I read, and of course it's coming from our heart, so may not be quoting it properly. However, he said that you will. What is it? The heart. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I just lost it. I got excited. I do this. This is the age.
Things to confine.
No, not that one. But the good and the bad. Oh, that all things work together for
my
good.
Favorite, Romans 8:28.
Right, Romans 8:28. That
Yes.
one. Like, and I grew up hearing that all the time, but it became real when I started to understand that it's okay to have a bad day, but it's not okay to make that bad day determine the outcome of the situation.
Right.
It's like you have to go through it to get to it. And these things are not just cliche. They are living hacks. And that's another reason why I bring my mother on here because she's gone through it. Me being a mom now of a daughter, and now I'm both. I'm a mom of a daughter and I'm a daughter, and with my mom still in the land of the living. And so many things that I'm now teaching my daughter, I'm understanding why she taught me, which is why I'm super heavy on having my mom with me because in the Black community, I can only speak for where I come from. It's not to knock any other nationality because I know all my friends, we come from everywhere, okay? Right. But I say this to say that in our community, we got issues with the mommy and daughter thing. And it's not talked about because it's always brushed up underneath so that we can look good on the outside, but in the inside, we're rotting. So we're bringing that. It's okay to be with your mommy. Like, it's okay to call her beautiful. It's okay for her to call you beautiful. And y'all not in no crazy competition like the world wants you to think you should be. We don't have to do that. Which is why we're twinning today. And before Lydia leaves, we're going to have her come read the shirt real quick. Just stand on the side because you're looking like you about to take a nap.
Go back up and read.
There you go.
The shirt. Thank you.
So we want y'all listen to this and we're going to talk about the shirt real quick.
Yes. Go ahead.
See, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a break. Give yourself time. Give yourself attention. Give yourself love.
Amen.
Yay. And the top one is actually give yourself credit.
Yes.
Like, we don't do enough of that. And of course, Mommy can speak on that. Like, it's time to stop limiting yourself.
Yes, that's the key. Can I?
Yes.
Oh, yes. As you get older, ladies, I'm talking to my ladies 50 and up. I'm 60 plus and I'm loving every minute of it because this season, when you're seasoned and knowing who you are, you can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. Stop letting people make you feel because you're a certain age, you can't dress a certain way. If it's in your size and it doesn't look nasty, you can wear it.
Facts, that part.
That part. And if you want to be different, be different. He made us unique. He made us peculiar. He saved the best for last. He put Adam first, and then he made the woman. We are there to nurture. We are there to be their shining light.
Yes.
For those women of you that's waiting on your king, make sure you are a queen first.
Facts.
Make sure that you can adjust his crown. Make sure that he can be proud of you when he entered the gates, as the word says in Proverbs. Be your authentic self. That's what I tell my daughter. Years people tease, because she was so blessed with her body. People thinking it ain't
I was thick all my life.
She been thick all her life. She gets it from my mom, her grandmother. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little thicker. But it's not about it's about being confident and who God created you to be.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the confidence, you can go have the surgery. You can go do whatever you want to do. But if that confidence is not there and that assurance of who you are, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter what you do. You can go get a new hairdo every day. God, I don't like, because you don't like the inside. Right. Fix the inside, then the outside will line up.
It's real.
A lot of times we fix the outside and we don't fix the inside.
Exactly.
How many times have you been somewhere and you can look into somebody's eyes and see how dark they are?
Yeah.
That's scary. It's so
really bad.
scary.
It is. It's bad.
It is really scary.
It's not a healthy place for people to be in.
No.
And I definitely don't want that to be me, and I don't want that to be y'all either.
Yes.
It's time to stop complaining. Like, y'all going to keep hearing me say this all 2024 because I say complaining, not in the essence. It's to piggyback off of complaining about self. Not just about the things around you.
To other people. Stop comparing yourself because you see something on social media. You don't know what that sister did to get to that point.
Exactly.
You don't know the work she put in or the work she didn't put in. You don't know everything ain't real that you see on social media.
Right.
And we have to understand that we are not that person. Find your own identity, man.
Right.
Find out what works for you. What works for you is for you. What God has for you is for you. I can't duplicate you.
Exactly.
I may try, but it ain't going to be the same.
Exactly.
Is it going to be live or is it going to be Memorex?
Exactly.
Remember that old commercial?
It's super true.
So we got to get to that point in our lives where we are our authentic selves.
Like, we have to be.
I have another daughter, and I love it. They're different as night and day.
Yep.
They're different as night and day, but they so comfortable in their own skin. Do you know
true.
how that blesses me as a mom? I don't have to worry about that. A lot of people, kids, they comparing. Why you treat her like that? We don't have that problem.
We know who we are.
Because
we was raised
I taught them to know who you are. I don't care if you got thick legs, you got skinny legs. They both beautiful. Because somebody gonna like it. And you got to get to that point in your life of who you are. This is what I teach women when I do the consultations with them, with dressing them and all that. You got a pear shape, we're going to hook you up.
Exactly. Be you. And you have to be confident with who you are, pretty much.
Period.
So, that's pretty much sorry, I'm looking at something. I know y'all looking at me like, what is she doing? But I'm multitasking.
Yes, she is.
Because there was supposed to be somebody else to join in with us, which was my sister, but I don't know if her connection worked. Because like I said, it took like four times for this. It was either 3 or 4 times. But I was about to say, we ain't doing it. But got to keep going. But I just wanted to encourage you guys as, we're having this conversation to stay focused.
Yes.
Today is what? What is today's
day? The 7th day and the first day of the year.
Right.
The first Sunday, which is the first day of the week for some.
Right.
And it's 2024, the 7th day. 7 is completion.
Yeah.
So, 8, tomorrow is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning, but if you're going by the biblical dates, 8 is the new beginning.
Yeah, I start my day off on Sunday. Like,
yes,
today's
me
the first
too.
for
Today
me,
is the first for me as well. So people say, why you work on Sunday? Because it's the first day of the week. If I feel like going, if I feel like going, I'm going to work. Don't judge me. What you do.
Right, like you just have to. I honestly
study to show yourself approved.
Facts, that part.
Oh,
like this year, I just hope that I keep seeing the winnings. Like I love to watch. Like I shared on the last video earlier this week, I get excited when I see people winning. Yeah. Because when others win, that means that we can all be in the same room. Yes. Because one thing that we must understand that if you're not growing, you can't go. Mm-mm. Because the people that are growing, regardless of if they invite you, or I heard this from a guy, and I can't remember who it was that said it because I follow a lot of different mentors, but he said, it don't matter if the people that you were with are not growing with you, even if you give them a handout, they're going to be offended because they're going to be like, oh, who they think they are. Yep. And then if you invite them, and they haven't grown, they're then going to still be offended because they don't have the funds or they don't have the what it takes to even be in those rooms. Right. So that's why I encourage you today. If you are a person that keeps feeling like you want to go, wherever that go is for you, right. Start going. Yes. That's the only way it's going to work. Yes. And if you want more information, we got HBDI, which is howbaddoi.com. And we're revamping the site because Lady V will have her portion because she's going to go back into fashion consulting. She used to do this the old school way where we had it in the yellow pages, but now we're bringing it on the internet. Yes. So you guys make sure if you're trying to get some of them tips, get them. And as you guys have been joining us, this is now our second Sunday, we're going to give Lady V her spot to where she's going to share some of her tips. But before she shares this tip, guys, let me get in just a little closer. So I got set up. As y'all see, she's 60 plus. She looks absolutely amazing, and I'm excited because I'm like, yay, I'm going to age great. However, the stuff that she does to stay this great, I'm going to have to get off of here soon because of one of her remedies. So, long story short, she's going to tell y'all about it. Oh, but I decided, she made me one. She gave it to me. She told me, I wasn't listening. That's why we got to listen. But she told me, yeah, put it in your refrigerator, make sure you drink it, and drink it. That's all I heard. So I thought it was a bottle. Here go a water bottle, y'all. The concoction she made.
Sorry, I'm laughing, but it was so funny.
It was about this full, like it was about that much.
It was up to here.
It was about there.
Yeah.
It was about mid.
It was for 7 days.
But I remember it was about here. I drank it. It was nasty. It was vomitrocious. I didn't like it. But it was like up to here. And long story short, all I was supposed to drink was a shot. And this stuff is supposed to clean out parasites. It's supposed to help detox your system.
Your colon,
because I got to get back on Project Belly. Like, I'm always thick, but y'all know I ain't with all the super junk. But anyway, what was that?
I do this portion with milk and garlic, pure garlic cloves.
It's disgusting. Y'all.
So you take garlic cloves and you put it in the blender. You peel them and you chop them up real good, and then you put it in milk of your choice. You take a shot or a half a cup, however you can take it.
Not the whole
You can
bottle.
do it, but she did the whole bottle.
I'm glowing though, y'all.
She glowing like crazy because it makes your skin glow. It cleans up your skin, and every 3 months I detox. Because that's what keeps you healthy.
Yeah.
I give God all the glory for giving me this insight and teaching me how to look these things up and do the work. Because I asked God a long time ago when I lost our father, turn my ashes into beauty.
Right.
Let me not look like what I've been through.
Yes,
so we started,
right.
and I've always done home remedies. They knew because when she was sick, I did all kind of crazy stuff to them, but it works.
It did.
So do that.
I had a flashback.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I had some little infection or something, and I had to drink this nasty. It was like milky.
I made it for you.
It was so vomitrocious, and when I smelt that stuff, I said, "Oh my stars, this is." I tasted that stuff again, guys.
Yes.
But we're sharing these tips because we're winning together this year.
Yes.
It's not a game.
If
you're trying to go, let's go.
All you ladies out there, look your best. When you go to the supermarket, when you go to wherever you go, look your best. Because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what God has in store for you. Always be ready to be ready.
Yeah.
That's what I tell. I don't go. The only place I go is when I have to do this little part-time job. I look a little whatever, and then I decide not this year. Because you never know who's going to walk in the door. Right. You never know if that's the next person to take you to the plan and the purpose that he has for you. We're forever growing. We're forever learning. But we got to obtain the knowledge so that we can get to the place that he says we have. He said our latter years shall be greater.
So true.
I'm
and for me personally, I feel it's not even just about the person that can take you to the next place because there's enough room for you alone.
Right.
However, you want to present yourself. This is for me personally. I feel that I like to present myself when I do go places because it'd be a challenge. Y'all, friends, y'all already know we be looking rough sometimes, and it takes everything to get it together. And I say this to say, but when you step outside, just like Mommy said, Lady V to y'all, but some of y'all might call her mom, but she gets it everywhere.
We go.
Like, we went to a couple of events. We went to one business event, one party event. Everybody called her mama, which is fine.
It's okay.
But I say this to say that it's sometimes for you, because when you look in a mirror and you look at dusty, this is whether you're single, married, whatever, wherever you are in your womanhood place.
Yes,
if you are running around the house looking dusty, right? And then you're sitting there praying for God to send you this king, or for God to fix your husband, or for God to work things out. God can't work with mess. Like, you got to give him something to work with. Show up and be your best, and be like, Father, continue to help me become, or to help me get back. No, you may not be comfortable, like me being very transparent. I'm disappointed that I allowed my belly to get a little bigger than normal, but the food was good. I've been cooking, y'all. But I say this to say that doesn't mean that you have to stop.
Right.
You have to start where you are and continue to go. And a part of that, like one of my sayings in my old office used to say, put on a little lipstick, it'll be fine, because it's true. You have to start liking and loving what you see so that you can feel comfortable wherever you go. Because if you're feeling dusty, you're going to be dusty. Like, it's hands down. I get it. You have your relaxation mode. We like to chill with our scarves on, you know.
But not in public.
But we ain't got to do that in public, y'all. Let's do better.
Yeah.
Let's be cute on purpose. Let's try at least. I mean, you ain't got to put the lipstick on.
Be your best self. Be your best self. Because some of you women out there are naturally beautiful. You don't have to put on any makeup. Just a little lip gloss, a little eyeliner, and you're gorgeous. And you're gorgeous with it and without it.
Exactly.
But you got to know that about yourself.
Right.
You're going to have a bad day, as she said. But do your best this year. We want more. You got to do more.
Facts. That's it.
You know,
you want more in
can't
2024, do more.
Yes, you can't sit there and be on a hamster's wheel doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Y'all know what that saying is. That's insanity.
It's facts.
You know,
I ain't playing this year, y'all. I got the white boots on.
Yes, yep.
Boom.
Shoe cam.
Boot check.
I got my heels back on. Hey.
What's her name say from Southern Soul? Bad girl said she's stepping out. We stepping out, okay?
Got my heels on. Yes, honey. So get in that position.
Yes.
And we're here to just make you laugh, to make you be encouraged. You may not see this right now. You may see it later. When you come across it, laugh and say, thank God for that, because we're here to encourage you. Because everybody is beautiful. Everybody is special. Everybody got a gift that God has deposited in them. It's up to you to dig deep into the treasure of your being and pull it out and become who he says you are. Because eternity shall meet time.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Like, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. Like, the eternity meeting time, that sums up, like, how we doing this year. So, you know, I'll see some of y'all on some of the good mood moments this week. And then until next time, me and Lady V, we may pop up during the week. You never know. So make sure you follow Lady V on Facebook and on, I forgot your Instagram. Your
Instagram is Why Not Anyway. How about that?
Because we, you know, when we make moves, you're not going to get the same thing on every platform. It's just not happening, because it's real. We're keeping it raw, real, and rough, all of that. So,
and I like to also use the word, we're transparent.
Facts.
There are no secrets. There are no hidden agendas. It's to bless you, because it blesses us to just be able to share the journey and to encourage others. Because that's what it's all about.
It is. Like, it's time out for being the crabs in the barrel. And those, I talked to one of my girlfriends earlier this week, a childhood friend that's now an adult friend, and she blessed me. And shout out to you, Katie. You know who you are. I talked to both of my Katies this week. But anyway, I say this to say that those of you that know me from before, I would always give words of wisdom silently, and I would always be the one talking wherever we are in the room. However, I would also be very to myself. So it's now time for me to share a lot of this more publicly. Of course, a lot of the different clients that I've already worked with thus far, we keep that thing confidential because that's not everybody's business. I don't need to expose who I'm talking to for you to grow, but we're giving you real experience. Remember last year, if you were following me last year at this time, I said my goal for 2023 was to fire the 9 to 5. We're here, guys. We're here, guys. We're doing this thing. Okay? This is Lady V Entertainment LLC, which she does still do the decorating and she does the fashion, but we're still evolving, and we want you to win and evolve with us. This year we're bringing back the live podcast where we're gonna have different visitors come on and chit chat. I want to celebrate you, so if that's something that you would love to be a part of, please send me a message and we will work out the details on how we can do this. If we can't come to you, we can do this thing virtually. Let's win together, because if you got something great that the world needs to know about, let's get it. Let's go.
Let's share it.
Okay.
It's only one you. So
I'm going to go like this, y'all. Like, I'm so on the cowgirl, y'all. I'm ready. But anyway, until next time, I hope that you have a great day on purpose.
Yes.
You know,
be excited.
Yes, and make sure that you smile at somebody today, because smiling is a gift. Also, be sure to pray for somebody. Pray for the person in front of you and the person behind you, because you never know. Your prayer may change and or save their life. We living in them days, y'all. And I'm serious about it.
Very serious.
So, until next time, good day. Ooh, so, stop. I'm done.